The University of Maryland is an incredible engine for economic growth here in Prince George's County and the region.
So the vision is anyone could walk into that door and they have the resources to get the support to build their startup. Some members have 24/7 access, so people even at 4 a.m. are here like building. They're on their laptops. I'm guilty of that.
We are all about having the companies that you are creating finding a home in Prince George's County. And we're very, very proud to have you at the flagship university. It's our most important economic asset.
I'm delighted to welcome you to not only University of Maryland, but the Idea Factory, this building that we're in. It's a fitting place for today's conversation about invention and innovation. University of Maryland entrepreneurship is not just about starting companies. It's about creative ways to tackle the biggest challenges that face our communities and face our planet. So I'm really excited to have this group and to have this discussion here today.
Thank you, Dean. Also appreciate the wonderful tour and amazing things going on at the University of Maryland. I'm Frank Cullen. I'm the Executive Director for the Council for Innovation Promotion, C4IP. I'd point out that one of the most important things about intellectual property policy is it's traditionally been bipartisan and even nonpartisan. It's about American success. And so from our standpoint, we think it's tremendously important that we bring people together to have conversations such as today. And thanks to the students for all the amazing work that they are doing.
With respect to innovation ecosystems, we got experts that can kind of comment on that side of things. Maybe we'll start with you, Bob.
It takes a long time to build these businesses. So the average company we invest in is around 25 million of revenue. The average company we invest in is 15 years old. Once you get going into it, you have to be given the freedom to fail.
I think if we could do more along the lines of, to spur innovation, whether it's tax breaks or actual financing or the like, I think that's a big piece. I think we're missing that message as members of Congress. And so I think that's another piece that we need to push.
For Congressman Ivey's last comment, I can add one thing that's the subject of this panel, the strong and effective incentive systems to cause people to spend their efforts working on innovation in the first place. Incentive system that we have for our world in general and that the US pioneered for the world is the intellectual property system. So with that, I thought I'd turn back and maybe start, Dean, with you. You've done it all, right? You worked for a tech company. Tell us about, how intellectual property really works from the viewpoint of a non-lawyer, right, but a tech person and an entrepreneur.
Even though I've been here at University of Maryland for 16 years, my first career, which was almost as long as that, was out in Silicon Valley with a robotics haptics company that was spun out of a robotics lab. And then basically some big companies stole our technology. I mean, when I say stole, like literally we met with them, we showed them our notebooks, they showed interest in working with us. And the next thing we knew, they were coming out with their own products.
So the point there is, as you said, if you make something that's good, you can be sure it will be copied, and the only way to address that is going to be effective intellectual property rights.
If we were to make an investment and that would go sideways on us, the IP was an issue, that's not an acceptable issue.
We've got to have a strong patent, trademark, trade secret, copyright system. We have historically in this country, we have led the world for over 200 years.
Spread your influence, share your knowledge, find ways to be heard because you have the capability to get people's ears.
You're exactly right. That's why C4IP was created, was to try to make sure we're carrying this message to policymakers. And we're really at a crossroads where those policies that support that great economic engine is at risk. So from our perspective, we think it's tremendously important we continue to highlight these important issues and also the great work that's going on at places like the University of Maryland.